turn on a dime too.
Hey everybody, this is Dan from EZbuildRC, formerly Laser Toys. And we finally came out with the big Vortex. So this is going to come in a kit form. This is a 40-inch wingspan, fun little kit. This one's going to use like a 2834 motor and a 9.5 prop. We use the 9-gram servos, and this is a prototype. I put the little Jeep front end on it. You'll get a similar one. Let me know if you want the Jeep one. We can give you the little plate we laser cut out of there. But this is the prototype. This is going to be the actual kit. This one we build up, and it'll have a little bit of graphics on it for you and stuff. So we're going to show you how to build it here. You're going to get it in a box like this. This is how everything's going to come in your kit. And it's going to fit in that little box. And we're going to pull everything out of here, and we're going to show you how to build it. So we've got the 4 pieces of the main wing. You're going to take these 4 pieces, you're going to glue them all together. You're going to use foam tack, and then once you glue those together, this all goes together, you'll see there's a little slot here and here. Those are going to be your carbon fiber reinforcements. So I'm going to glue this together, and then I'll show you how to put the carbon in. Okay, I just want to show you how you're going to glue these together. So the areas that touch each other, we're going to glue together. Now foam tack, I don't know if you guys know or not, but there's a little bit of a trick with foam tack when you glue it. Alright, so I put a little bead on there. Then what you want to do is stick it together and pull it apart until it starts stringing. I don't know if you can see that, but you want it to string. Okay, and when it gets stringy, then stick it together, put it on a flat surface. Put a little pressure, line everything up, gives you time to move it and everything. And then make it look nice. And then let it go, let it dry. Same thing, I'm going to do these 2 pieces. I'm going to put these together and do the same thing. Then I'm going to show you how to put the spar in. Alright? Okay, you can pause. Okay, so we let this dry, and it's all together. I did, and you can do this too, I put a piece of tape just on one of the hinges and glued it a little more, just because I felt I wanted it held together, and that won't hurt. It works just fine. You're going to have, like for the top side, you're going to have a colored piece that's painted, you'll have two of these and they glue together just like this. So this is for the top side, and then this is for the bottom side. You'll see it has a couple slots here for your keel that goes underneath. So what we're going to do, we are going to coat this with Super 77 spray adhesive. All right, so I'm going to coat that, and then I'm going to stick it on there. So I coat that like that, and you don't want to do this over your good floor or anything. You might want to go outside. Okay. Then you place that on there and line it up with the servo holes. So that's really the most important thing. Get your servo holes lined up, and then stick it down. And if you don't get it right the first time, you can usually just slowly pull it back up, move it over to where you really want it, and then stick it down. Alright, so just so your servo holes are lined up, there can be a little gap on the side. That really won't hurt anything. If you get it slightly misaligned, you can even trim that off with an X-Acto knife. It really won't make any impact on the flight characteristics of the plane. We're going to flip it over. We're going to do the same thing with the top side, which I've already glued together. So I'm going to get our spray 77 on there. And just a light coat really is all it takes. You can take hot glue after you're done and go around the edges if you like. Now this one you're going to line up with the battery hole, and then the edge over here, which sucked out a little too quickly there. Okay, so line up the edge. It should be lined up with where your rudder's going to go on both sides. Okay, and then stick it down. So that's ready to go. So now we're starting to get pretty beefy here, getting this all together. So the next thing you're going to do is we are going to put the rudders in, and we're going to hot glue those in. Let's see. So this fits right in the slot here. It's a nice snug fit. Now if you notice, like this one, I think I have to trim back a little bit just to get it over that top piece, and that's fine. That can just be a little bit off there, and then we just make it so it fits, slides down in there, and there we go. And it should hit the bottom all the way across and stay kind of flat. The way I do it, I flip it over to the other side, and I'll glue the bottom first, and I push a little bead in there all the way to the front on both sides. And it is pretty much in there. Okay, now I'll flip it over and I'll do this side, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. So let me get those glued in, and we'll go to the next step. Now, okay, so I glued both of the rudders on there, vertical stabs, and then I'm going to go here on the bottom, and I'm just going to hot glue this. This is the keel for it, so I'm going to put this all the way around. A little bit on the tabs that are sticking out. Line that up. Get that on there. Line it up with where your motor mount goes. there's a little bit of an angle on there, so when you do your, when you put your motor mount on here, it's going to be about between 3 and 5 degree angle. Alright, so you're going to glue your motor mount. Now you might want to mount your motor before you put it on here. So this is going to, oh, and I pulled my hot glue loose here. This is going to go right in here, and you're going to position it right up against the keel. So get that right in there tight, get it right up against the keel, and glue that in. And glue it on the top, bottom, sides, and everything, because that is your motor mount. Okay, then we are going to put our, these are your, for your push rods, these are your control horns. And let's see, on the control horns, I gotta remember which way these go. All right, they go toward the inside. So your linkage stoppers point toward the inside. So the way you want to do this is glue right there, and if you need to, cut the piece of tape, which I don't think I did, but I put the glue in there, and you're going to slide these right in the slot. Okay, make sure that it comes up and it's got plenty of room. Then glue it on both sides, like so. Flip it over, and then also glue the top side, both sides. Make sure you get plenty of glue in there. The skin, keep an eye on them. The skin that's on this plane can cause it so that it doesn't adhere real well, and after maybe 50 flights you might have to check that. But if you want, you can cut the skin out a little bit and then glue in there or whatever, but I mean, it'll hold up pretty good. That's why we made the control horn a little bit bigger. All right, I'm going to glue the other control horn in. I am going to put my servos in there, and you have these little pieces which you can glue right over the servo hole if you want, and it just raises it up and makes it look a little better. Or if you cut it out for a bigger servo, you can use this to kind of cover it up. It comes with an Allen wrench that you can tighten your push rods in there. Your push rods, put them on your servo first, then take them back, and they go right through the hole in the back. Then adjust them so that everything's at 90 degrees, and these are perfectly level. And that's basically all there is to building this thing. So I know it seems very simple, and it is, and that's the way we build it. So have fun. If you have any comments, just comment below, and we'll answer any questions you got. Have fun, guys. Okay, one final note, guys. Get your servos in there. You can use those little squares or little rectangles to support your servos. This is carbon. You're going to slide it in the back. There's a little set screw there. You tighten it up. Make sure you're at 90 degrees and you're at level. And when you turn everything on, set it so that your servo is at 90 degrees. So you guys look up centering of servos if you don't know how to do that. And then your CG is on the front edge of the servo. And I'm going to put a little X out here so you can see that's where the CG is. And that's where you want to balance it, right there. Use a 1300 milliamp battery. You can use a 9.5 prop on the motor we recommend. And have fun.